Well, I was delighted to host today a seminar here in the European Parliament on behalf of UCD on the subject of agri-food, food security and of course nutrition, framing the priorities of FP9 when it comes. The seminar is being organised against, I suppose, the backdrop of the preparations for the new European Research and Innovation Programme, FP9 at EU level, and at a global level, the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which has set really clear targets around 17 SDGs, as we call them, or Sustainable Development Goals. Now this morning, Professor Orla Feely here from UCD, who's Vice President for Research and Innovation, outlined UCD's leadership and vision for European and global cooperation in the area of agri-food and food security.
For us in UCD, the opportunities that we see for Irish food products and for new knowledge that drives and sustains global food markets are considerable. By 2050, the world has to feed a population that's expected to reach around about 9.6 billion. And coupled with a doubling of the global middle class by 2030, this represents a potential global socio-economic disaster if we don't tackle it properly. Growth in food production is not matching growth in global population. So the crucial question is, how do we satisfy these demands without having any new land to use and without delivering unsustainable ecological consequences? Solving these issues is at the heart of the UN's SDG agenda. It's anticipated that FP9, the new 9th Framework Programme, will have a strong focus on the implementation of these SDGs, including those relating to food security, nutrition and smart sustainable agriculture. So this seminar then is part of University College Dublin's ongoing dialogue with European policymakers and stakeholders to frame agri-food research priorities for FP9 in the context of the UN SDGs.
The next European Research and Innovation Programme, what we call FP9, will be really pivotal to Europe's future global competitiveness. The goal of FP9 must be to position the European Union as the global leader in scientific research, utilising the potential of research and innovation as drivers of the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and of course the importance of the Paris Climate Agreement. Europe member states need to work together collaboratively, but there is also a strong need for EU countries to develop science partnerships beyond our borders to share and create new knowledge, developing new solutions, of course, to global challenges. Now, the purpose of this morning's seminar is really to provide a platform for dialogue with policymakers and stakeholders in shaping the priorities of FP9.
One of the outcomes from today's seminar was the proposal for a new model of partnership or an infrastructure for sustainable development that brings multi-actor partnerships together and combines and facilitates production strategies, processing optimization and nutrition impact with sustainable practices all across the chain from producer to consumer. Such an infrastructure would see research and education partners working with industry, government and NGOs, all as active players and contributors to the partnership. Following today's seminar, we will now work to set out the principles of the infrastructure for sustainable development, looking at how practically it will contribute to delivery of the objectives in FP9. At UCD, our world-class scientists lead a portfolio of initiatives in partnership with industry to create safe, sustainable, novel foods that promote human health and well-being. As such, we are now looking forward through the remainder of the Horizon 2020 programme and during FP9 to leading partnerships within the agri-food sector across the EU and beyond, which address the UN's Sustainable Development Goals agenda.
The seminar is really timely. The European Commission is currently working on the proposal for FP9, which should be published in June of this year, when we will get an outline of their priorities and the budget for the 7-year programme that follows it. The European Parliament is demanding that the budget for FP9 be substantially increased from €80 billion to €120 billion. The Parliament will also have a significant contribution into how the priorities are formed. I'll be working to ensure that FP9 fully addresses the priorities outlined by University College Dublin. I look forward to seeing proposals coming forward from UCD to lead FP9 projects on agri-food and food security with European and global partners.